Hi guys, welcome back. This week goes a little bit better than last week. Only titty bit. The bench, it's clean. I had help from Tweedledee and Tweedledum, so it went much quicker and much faster, and it wasn't so much of a pain. We have goodies. Gasket. Also gasket. Called it gasket for the McGann. Bit of an update on the McGann. Considering that that video went down just as well as the Flexus videos, I might as well make some videos on that as well. So we'll be fitting this soon. Next, BMW Flywheel. Now, I did want to fix that old one, but in an attempt to keep this project going, for the sake of £100, I just bought another one. So that might end up being a spare. Hopefully this one fits. It looks like it's the right size. It's in pretty good nick. I think it's not very old, so hopefully all these threads are in decent nick. I will go and put that on now. And this should be a Turkey. Another £100 and odd that I could have done with not spending. Time. So this is the same as the other ones that I've got. A little bit mankier, but what you're gonna do. Tiny bit of play in the bearing, but these ones aren't gonna last that long. He says. But we can put the turbine housings on there. It's only the core I really need, so we'll put the turbine housing on there, and we'll also probably put the compressor housing that I've got on there, and we're back to where we were 2 weeks ago. Lowest setting. Well, that's good news. That went up okay. Now just to torque them up. Come on, you can do it. 40 Newton meters, 45 Newton meters, should be plenty. Oh, I don't want to go too far, see. 40 Newton meters. Unbelievable. That's rounded off on me now. Oh. Now, the question is, do I leave it in there and that be a problem for future me, or do I fix it now? Oh. Okay, maybe I should have tried with the chisel first, but drilled it out so far and then hit it with the chisel and it came out. Thankfully, I have a spare. So that should just go in, and please, for the love of God, don't break this one. Okay. Oh, that sounded good. Now I'm going to get this on there with that much room. While we're at the back of the engine, I also made this bracket. So this wiring plastic thing was just flopping in the wind because I changed the rear water bridge for one without the EGT stuff, exhaust gas, EGR stuff, exhaust gas recirculation. So that meant the holes for this was in the wrong place. And I couldn't be bothered to go shopping for a new one of these because I'd already done it. So I just made this bracket where it picks up on the bolt holes there and there. And it's also got this upright on it to keep the fuel lines where I want them. I'm gonna have to shave a bit here because I think it's shaving a bit of the pipes, but that's a problem for another day. I can still get the rear pipe on. Like so. Rear pipe goes on. I can still get the wobbly one that goes through there when I need it. And yeah, that's that keeps everything nice and solid and out of the way when it's in the car. And that's the gearbox on, mostly. Next, I sort of done this off camera because it was boring, but it has no sump. Woo! So I need to put some sealant on the sump and reseal the sump. But that means lifting it up. Whoa. So, new problem I found while I was messing about with the manifolds was with the T3 sized gasket, the Volvo turbo actually overruns it either side. So even though it is a T3 bolt pattern, it's not a T3 hole pattern. So what I've had to do, or what I'm going to have to do, is weld up onto the turbine housing. So weld all this up here, down here and there. Clean it up as best I can, and then flat off the flange, so when this sits on the manifold, roughly like that, we don't have blowing exhausts out the top and the bottom. So that's what I'm going to do now. Hopefully it turns out okay. Well, this is the best I could do. It's not really that tidy. I suppose I could go in there and sand it up, but it's gonna get dirty and stuff anyway. What's the big deal? I probably need to go a bit further here on the belt sander, and probably here, because when you put the gasket on in the hole, at least now I'm covered everywhere, but I assume under there, yeah, you can see it there, like so. That's still going to be not perfectly flat, but there is some give in the gasket anyway, so with a bit of luck, that'd be fine. Now, if I had a CNC or some sort of fancy milling machine, I'd go in there and make it nice and square, but I haven't, because these will end up being changed at some point for bigger boosty boys. We are on fire. Well, that thing proved to be totally rubbish, didn't it? It is on fire in there. Well, it might have put itself out by now. Tripped all the electrics though. So I need a throttle cable, and I can't remember what I've done with mine for the Focus, but I have a mate's Escort on the drive. So I'm gonna nick it. Here's one I prepared earlier. Ugh, light's gone off. Light. One Escort throttle cable ready to be cut to fit a Ford Focus. So I'm just in the middle of making a throttle cable. This is the Escort throttle cable coming through from the car. I've cut the plastic sheath in there and left a load of cable there. I've nicked this off, I think it was the cruise control module for the Lexus, so that fits in there like that, and that will go through the hull. However, that leaves this little bit, well, not exactly a picture of strength. So I found this. So this used to be one piece, like, oh, I can't do it, but basically it was a reducer from a 8mm pipe to a whatever mil pipe that was. So it looked like that, and I cut it in half because this happens to be the perfect size to go over that, like, and I mean perfect, that fits perfectly. So I'm gonna put that over there, and then I have some sheathing somewhere that can go over that. Maybe I'll even put some heat shrink to give it some more sturdiness, so it doesn't wobble about. See how that works out. Oh, still wobbly. It ain't great. Maybe that bit needs to be longer. Try again. Well, there you go. There's the solution. It was electrical tape. So I just put a bit of electrical tape underneath the heat shrink to stop it moving, and then I pulled this rubber up the end so it doesn't catch there. But I think what I'm going to do is make a bracket coming off here just to hold it down there out of the way, and it limits the stress on this bend a bit more then. But that's a throttle cable sorted apart from the dingus end, so it needs an end on it. Don't know how to do that, but I'll find a way. So I just made this tiny little thing on the lathe. It's literally just a Focus. Just a bit of metal with a hole through the middle and a thread. So that goes in there somewhere. There it is. That goes in there. That's actually a perfect fit. And then I'll cut the cable where I've marked it, put it through that hole, tighten it up, and that should be a throttle cable. Awesome. Here we've got another job down. So these are the handbrake cables, come from over there somewhere in the drums of the 350Z rear end. I've made these little tabs, welded them onto the car, so these are solid in place. And then, so you can see this line on here. That is the original Ford sort of stabilizer bar. The 350Z cables fit in that, so that's ideal. All I did was extended it so it's the right length for this. I think I extended it a little too far, but I'd rather be too far than not enough. And then it goes into the handbrake in the car. So that means, the wheels move. We can go in here, pull the handbrake up, and now the wheels don't move. Handbrake off. Wheels move again. Another one bites the dust. So you might have noticed the engine is in, the engine is out. I'm sorry, I can't record everything. It's been in and out more times than I care to count, and I tend to realise when it's in that I need to do stuff when it's out, and I realise when it's out that I need to do things when it's in, so it is what it is. But I think it's in for the last time now. I've got some stuff to show you next episode. But as you've seen in the last couple of clips, I'm working towards a lot of the things that I need to get it moving. So that's the handbrake, the accelerator, etc. So I've got brakes and clutch left to do, and I need to sort the steering out, because even though it actually turns the wheels, it's very the steering wheel is loose. So we need to sort that out. That'll probably happen next time. But we are getting very close now. There's lots of these little jobs that are just taking forever to do. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you all coming back and watching me go on this silly little adventure. If you can, please follow me on these social media things. And yeah, thanks for watching all the way through, because viewership helps. And the more you watch, the more this video gets recommended to others. But if you want to keep up to date, subscribe to me on here, and hopefully you'll keep up to date, because we're getting there now. I'm feeling good about it. A couple more videos, hopefully we'll get this thing started and moving, if I'm allowed out. So stay safe, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.